It's past time we discuss Rey. My impression is that J.J. Abrams and Larry Kasdan wanted to create an underdog, a hard-working, down-on-her-luck girl who gets taken advantage of, has to scrimp and scrape for 2 green leaves and space bread, but despite all that, she keeps on fighting.
In my opinion, they accomplished the exact opposite.
We meet Rey on a scavenging run in the bowels of a Star Destroyer. That's some impressive stuff. Climbing down that rope and all. She obviously knows how to handle herself. Then we get to see her drive her own speeder bike. She seems to own this vehicle too, since we see her driving it back to her home. What Rey does is the equivalent of collecting cardboard and selling it for recycling. I have never seen any of these people drive a vehicle of their own. Maybe a cart, and without a horse most times. So I will argue Rey is doing pretty well for herself, all things considered. Plus, she's a skilled fighter, and quite a decent pilot. She has a place to live in, a big one I might add, and it's all to herself. Oh, and did I mention she has above average mechanical skills? Do you see what I'm getting at? If Rey were a homeless person in our world, she'd be the kind who willingly chooses to remain so, and makes no visible effort to improve her lot. Oh, and before you tell me she's just waiting for her family to come back, come on. She was probably 8 years old when her family departed Jakku. At the time of shooting, the actress was 24 years old. I don't know if Rey's supposed to be the same age, but for the sake of the argument, let's say she's 18 years old. The age where people become adults by the standards of the Western world. That would mean she's been pining for her family for nearly 10 years. And for some reason, she still expects they'll come back. Okay, let's say she loves her family really bad. Why can't she leave the planet and track them down? She obviously has the skills, and it would make her an active heroine. I've read online that some people believe she's an active heroine because she scavenges for a living. So that means she's pushing forward. She hasn't given up. That would make sense if her ultimate goal in life was only to survive. But she obviously wants to get back together with her family. So why not take an active role? Why not get passage on a ship or steal one and go out into space, see if she can pick up a trail? It's a long shot, sure, but so is sitting on a desert planet waiting for your family to suddenly come back after 10 years. Plus, she's not a very consistent character. Look at the scene where she rescues BB-8. She literally rushes to the rescue, threatens the scavenger, and fixes BB-8's antenna. In the next shot, she's telling BB-8 to go out on his own to the nearest settlement. Excuse me? Why doesn't she volunteer to take him to the outpost tomorrow? And look at her reaction when BB-8 has the temerity to tag along. 5 minutes ago you were all gung-ho, and now you are reacting in exasperation? At least with Luke Skywalker things were clear. He wanted to go out and explore the galaxy, but he couldn't just walk down on his family. And unlike Rey, he didn't start off highly skilled, which is great. One of the thrills of a story is to see a character grow as a person, to go through trials and tribulations, and earn their victories. Rey doesn't fit that at all. I wouldn't be so upset about Rey if people weren't proclaiming her to be a strong icon of womanhood, a role model for little girls to look up to. Don't tell me there's been a scarcity of empowering female lead characters in the last 2 decades. And if the examples I'm going through are too mature for little girls, then how about some Nancy Drew, a Hermione Granger, or even a Kim Possible? At least they use their brains and earn their victories. You want positive role models? Then don't settle for the first rushed out one-dimensional character that comes along. Go for somebody more real and coherent, at least somebody who doesn't live in denial for 10 years. Join me in the next episode for a showdown between Darth Vader and Kylo Ren. And let's find out just how deep, or not, Kylo Ren really is.